Alright guys, welcome back again to another exciting tutorial. So in this tutorial we want to create our own page. So without no further ado, let's get started. In your portal you're going to see a link like this. You have to copy the link and actually paste the link somewhere around the browser. Or this link will enable you to be able to download the images that you're going to be using for the purpose of this training. If you're finding it very hard to make use of some images in your portal. Right, so what you're going to do, you're just going to click on download. So when you click on download, so it's going to download somewhere around your browser in there. So double click. So what I'm going to do is just copy the image. So when you copy the image, let's assume you copy the image like this. So just go to probably somewhere around your computer or something. So just try to extract the image from there. So just try to extract the image from there. So let's say, for instance, I want to, use the image in my picture images. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paste it in there. So when I paste it in there, I'm going to right click and extract all. So just figure out how you can extract. If you don't have extracting tool, you can easily use Microsoft. You can use WinRAR or probably any extract things through software. So you can see it's already right in there. You can see images. You can see around there. You can see the images. Already there. So this is the image. So probably what I normally do is that now that I have access to all these images, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy the images and put it where I can easily upload all of them on my website. So this is the first thing you actually need to do if you want to start working on your website. So I pasted the images out to replace some few ones. So so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, basically just take a look at how I'm going to actually do this. It's not something really hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my website. So say now I'm going to start designing. So one thing I would like to explain to you is that you really need to understand what you want to do in your head. Like, what exactly do I want to do? Just don't start designing without having something in mind. So what I want to have is that I want to design the first hero section that will have a welcome text, a bold text with an emoji icon that is smiling to you right at your face. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this plus. I'm going to say, you know what, I need something like a container that can contain all of those stuff. So I click on one out of the container. So what I'm going to do is that you can see the highlighted pink in quotes that if you edit the container. So when you click this, what you're going to do right now is that just go to, we have layout, we have style, and we have advanced. All right, layout, style, and advanced. Navigate to advanced. So when you navigate to advanced, it's going to tell you, you know what, just give me the space within. So I told you the space within is padding and the space outside is margin. So basically what we're going to do is that we need a space within. So now a space within, we're going to list link value together, checked it so that you're not going to be having issues trying to give a space. So we want to give a space at the top and at the same time we want to give a space at the bottom. All right, so a space at the top, just want to give it something like 50, lovely, not 500, and a space at the bottom I want to give it 200. All right, let's see how it looks like, not 2000. All right, so if you look at this, it's look a little bit big, but not really big. Just update it. So once you do this, that means you have space around your container. All right, so another thing you're going to do is I just see what you need to do. I need a text, like a title heading. All right, so I will just click here and drag the heading. So drag it straight down inside this place container. So you're going to see that it's floating well, like the way I want it to be. So I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call that name. I'm going to give that name a name, like what should we call it? So let's get you notice or something. All right, let's get you notice. All right, I'm going to highlight it and say, let's get you noticed. All right, when you look at this is not really giving you the vibes, like feeling this is not really what I want. But to be honest, come to style and I want you to put it at the center. Yeah, when you put it at the center, you still don't want blue, you want something maybe more colorful. For now, let's give it black. Just drag it. So now we can see that under text color. So under typography, this is where you have properties of your text. So I don't want Roboto to be the family. I want it to be another name, and I want it to be road rag. All right. Sorry, that's my alarm. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to see how we can make this thing more colorful. All right, so what we're going to do is that, okay, let's get you notice is there live, but we need to give it something like more life. Like, what is the size? Let's say 45. So by the time you say 45, it's still making a whole lot of sense. Yeah, so another thing we can do is that, okay, well, let's update it and let's see if we can bring it a little bit up. So from here you can come to margin, click on check this, try as much as possible to give it something like a negative. All right, this is cool. So now that we have this is not where we're really going. We still have something, we still need something more bigger, like an heading title that's going to give you a name with an emoji icon, like welcome to agency. So what we're going to do is that let's come straight down here again. You know what? I'm going to say title heading, welcome to agency. So here, I'm just going to say welcome to agency. So by the time we do that, we need to give it something, we need to make it bigger. So I'm going to come to style. You know, I will do our thing, text color, give it black. Welcome to agency. Typography, that is the font size, let's give it 100. So, okay, so by the time we have that, I think it's making sense now. I think we need to put it at the center. So by the time we do that, I think we need to change the font size. All right, but let's see if we can just make it a little bit bold. But without that, let's give it something like HIN. Let's give it HIN. Okay, let's say HIN. So okay, so you can see we give it something like this. So well, we can decide to give it, increase the size. Okay, increase the size. You can see we've increased the size right now. You need to make it to be a little bit, you know, together. We need to make sure that the line height is together. There's too much of space in there. We can give it something like around 90. Okay, let's see if it goes. Lovely. All right, I think we're good. We can now give it something like more bold. Let's give it something bold. I think this we're okay with this. So now that you have this, what else do you need to do? You can give it 90. Let's give it to 2. I think I like this. I can decide to give it something like, I want an icon to be at this place, something like an emoji icon. So what I'm going to do, let me show you a trick. Just go to HTML emoji. Just type HTML emojis. So by the time you do that, you're going to see HTML emojis right in there. So when you click it on W3 School, it's going to give you what you need to copy. Do you want this? I think let's copy this. So by the time you copy it, let's see what exactly is going to, how exactly it's going to look like. So come straight down in there. Oops. So come straight down in there, come to content and paste that thing in front of it. This is lovely. All right, so we now have agency. Okay, this is cool, but we still need something to make it look alive. So we want to add a text like your web design, SEO, and digital marketing agency. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to come straight down to text, a random text. So I'm going to say, you know what, I'm dragging down that text down in there. So by the time you drop this one there, you just say your web design, SEO, digital marketing agency. Your web design, SEO, digital marketing agency. So right now we'll come to style and we'll ensure that we put this thing at the center. Now, but we need to give it something like a text. We need to make it darker and also we need to make it bigger. So I would like to give this thing something like 29 pixel. So I'll give it 29 pixel. I think I like it. I can give it something like black for now. All this black text, we're going to change it to white anyway. So I'm going to give it negative advanced. I want the space to be string. I don't want it to be far from agency. That means space outside. So space outside is margin. Go to uncheck this. Give it a negative size so that this thing is going to go up. Let's give it something like 18, 19, 20 or what? Just give it something really cool. So okay, so I give it 38. I don't even know why I'm increasing it to that level. So we need a button. So let's come straight down in there as well. So let's drag a button, put the button down somewhere around there. Okay, that's it. So now let's check it. We're running out of time, but let's quickly get it done. So this button, I want it to be at the center as well. So I can say come to the center. Right, where's it? Let's say content. I want the button to be at the center, and at the same time I want it to be like, okay, I want it to have something like a padding. So that padding, I want it to be 30 50 30 50, like a space around this button. So that's why I say 30 50 30 50. So this is going to be 30, right? So you can see it makes a whole lot of sense. 30 50 30 50. Okay, so all right, so what I'm going to do is that I would make sure that this has a text color of black, and I will give it a text like explore more. So just say explore more, explore more. So, all right, once we do this, then we can now give it something like let's give it a picture. So we have a picture already, so we can just say this particular background, we need a picture. We need to give it a picture. All right, so if we need to give a picture, what we're going to do is just come to style. You're going to see something like images. So just click on the classic one, pick the image. So once you pick the image, what you're going to see is that it's going to ask you to pick image. I want to pick another set of images. Okay, so it's going to look more cool. So the images that we've downloaded, I think is around here. So that's one. So that's it. So what we're going to do is just going to update the image. And once you update the image, it's going to make a whole lot of sense right now. You're going to see how exactly this is going to look like. All right. So, okay. So what we are going to do right now is that the image is still loading. Now we have to be patient until it gets loaded. I don't know why it's taking longer, but trust me, we're going to be there soon. So, okay. So look at it. This is beautiful, but not there yet. So, okay. What we're going to do is that we're going to say, you know what? We want it to be full, and we want the image to be center, and we want it to be default, repeat. We don't want it to be repeated, and we want it to cover. All right. So once we have this, I think we are good to go. All right, we are good to go. So what we're going to do is that we're going to make sure that this image has a background overlay. Background overlay, let's make it black, but we're going to have an issue if we are going to make it black. The issue is that this text, we need to convert all the text to white. So come straight down in there. That's going to come out clean and cool. So just make it white. Just come here, come to style, text color, make it white. Come here as well, come to style, text color, make it white. Okay. So now you can see that the white is not actually coming out. We need something like a background overlay. So what we're going to do is under background overlay, we're going to say, you know what? Background overlay, we are going to make sure that you are there. So you see it under this place. So once you do that, just click on background type, or just click on this color and drag this straight down as black. This is incredible. All right, we're done. So, okay. So what we're going to do right now is I can say this is making a whole lot of sense right now. So, okay. So in the next tutorial, we're going to see how we can come up with a new design before we think about mobile responsiveness of all our designs. All right, this is not going to look good on mobile, but trust me, we're going to get there. You can decide to change the font size, give it something like you really think is really going to make a whole lot of sense. But this we're actually going to stop for now. In the next tutorial, we're diving into something more awesome. And until then, happy designing.